Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monday Mids episode 15. I live in Japan, so unfortunately, I did not get to see the solar eclipse as it was not visible from Japan this time. Thankfully, I have been lucky enough to see solar and lunar eclipses in the past, as well as other events like meteor showers and the aurora borealis. Really, I just need to see Halley's Comet return to complete the list of things I want to see in the sky before I die. If you saw this last one, then I am happy for you, and hopefully you can enjoy all of the events in your lifetime as well. With that being said, I humbly request that you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Alright, with the begging out of the way, the image on screen explains the premise of this series. So pause and give it a once over if you're new here, and let's get right into it. Today we pulled G, and I knew that once again we were going to be swamped with high level options for the banger category. There was also a few different options for mid section, but the moment I crossed today's entry on my list, I knew immediately that I would be featuring it. But that's enough about that, let's get to the bangers first. This week we actually had 5 certified bangers, but in the interest of time, I will completely gloss over the first 2 as they are older and much more famous and or well-known series, those being Gintama and Grand Blue. Both are comedies, and if somehow this is the first you are hearing of them, get on them immediately. I will go into a little more detail about the other 3, because they aren't as well known but deserve some recognition. I won't spend much time getting into it, but I'm fairly confident the majority of anime watchers, past, present, and future, would enjoy these series and rate them higher than mids. The first series is Gosick, a drama mystery romance series. Gosick follows Kazuya, a Japanese exchange student attending a prestigious boarding school in early 20th century Europe. Isolated by his classmates because of his appearance, his life changes when he meets Victorique, a brilliant but eccentric girl whose incredible deductive abilities allow her to solve even the most baffling mysteries. Together, the pair become entangled in a series of murders, conspiracies, and supernatural-looking cases that often hide very human truths. Blending mystery, historical fiction, romance, and memorable characters, Gosick delivers an engaging detective story with a surprisingly heartfelt emotional core. This is one of those series that I had never seen or heard about, even though I spend an unhealthy amount of time online and immersed in anime content. I actually stumbled upon it while scouring Mal for new series to watch, and expected a 6 or a 7 when I started it, and ended up being completely blown away by how good it was. The second series is Great Pretender, an action-adventure mystery series. Great Pretender follows Makoto, a small-time Japanese con artist who believes he's the best swindler around, until he tries to scam the wrong man. Instead, he finds himself outplayed by the charismatic international fraudster, Laurent, and is pulled into a world of elaborate, globe-spanning confidence schemes. As Makoto joins Laurent's crew, each new job targets powerful criminals through increasingly clever and over-the-top heists. Combining stylish animation, sharp humor, and plenty of unexpected twists, Great Pretender is a fast-paced crime series that's as entertaining as it is unpredictable. If you use Netflix, chances are you already know about this series. I actually don't use Netflix, so this series is normally one that would have slipped through the cracks and passed me by. One of my friends basically forced me to watch it, but I'm glad they did because it's top notch. The third series is Guimi Zhi Zhu, an action fantasy mystery suspense series. The English title is Lord of Mysteries, and it takes place in a Victorian-inspired world where steam-powered technology exists alongside ancient mysteries and supernatural forces. After awakening in the body of Klein, Zhou is thrust into a dangerous world filled with secret organizations, powerful churches, and occult abilities beyond his understanding. As Klein searches for a way to uncover the truth behind his new life, he becomes caught in a web of conspiracies where every revelation brings even greater danger. With its rich world building, intricate mystery, and supernatural intrigue, Lord of Mysteries is a gripping fantasy that's easy to become immersed in. Now, I used to live in China, so I gave a lot of Chinese series a chance, and generally here is a rundown of how Chinese anime works. The animation and drawings are consistently top-notch. However, their stories fall into one of two broad categories. Japanese tropes or ideas that they try to copy, but very badly, or their own original ideas that can go well or not so well depending on the strength of their creative team. A lot of the good projects are hampered by China's much stricter censorship laws regarding animation, and the attempts to dance on that line sometimes ruin some scenes. So you end up with the general sentiment that, oh, that was good for a Chinese series with the better projects. This series is basically unprecedented for a Chinese series. It is not just good for a Chinese series. It is good point blank period. Now that brings us to the mid-series that we will cover today. Now there were quite a few options for today's entry, but the moment I scrolled past this one in the G section, I didn't even bother to check what was below, and I immediately closed all the other tabs with the other options. Now, fair warning, this series is probably more ecchi than the others presented thus far, but it has the kind of premise that warrants overlooking that a little more than usual. To be honest, this series is maybe one or two flaws away from being in the certified banger section instead of the mids that we cover. Today, I bring you Gleipnir. High school student Kagaya Shuichi appears to be an ordinary, timid teenager, but he harbors a terrifying secret. He can transform into a giant mascot-like monster with immense strength, enhanced senses, and a zipper running down his back. One day, Shuichi saves a mysterious girl named Clair from a fire. After discovering his secret, Claire blackmails him into helping her search for her missing sister, Elena, who disappeared after becoming involved with strange alien coins that grant supernatural powers. As they investigate, Shuichi and Claire become entangled in a deadly competition where individuals empowered by these coins fight for survival, revenge, and unimaginable power. At the center of the story are mysterious alien coins scattered across Japan. People who collect them receive extraordinary abilities. Examples include monster transformations, superhuman strength, enhanced senses, unique supernatural powers. The more coins someone collects, the closer they come to uncovering the truth behind the alien responsible for distributing them. This creates a battle royale where alliances are temporary and betrayal is common. At first glance, it appears to be supernatural action, battle royale, monster horror. But beneath the action lies several deeper themes. Number 1, identity. Shuichi constantly questions, is he still human? Does having monstrous power make him a monster? Can kindness survive in a world built on violence? His physical transformation mirrors his internal struggle with identity. Number 2, trust and dependence. One of the show's most distinctive ideas is the relationship between Shuichi and Claire. Because Claire literally climbs inside Shuichi's transformed body to fight, they must place complete trust in each other. The pilot and host dynamic symbolizes emotional vulnerability, shared responsibility, and mutual dependence. As they grow closer, they stop seeing each other as tools and begin acting as true partners. Number 3, human desire. Many characters receive powers that reflect their deepest emotions and ambitions. The series explores how obsession, regret, revenge, and loneliness shape both a person's abilities and the choices they make. Rather than asking, "What power would you want?" it asks, "What would your deepest desires turn you into?" Why people liked it. Unique transformation concept. The idea of one protagonist becoming a living suit of armor controlled by another character is unlike most action anime and creates inventive fight choreography. Psychological tension. The series balances action with moral dilemmas, forcing the protagonist to question how far they're willing to go to survive. Mystery. The origin of the coins, the aliens, and Elena's role gradually unfold, encouraging viewers to keep watching for answers. Why some people disliked it. As I mentioned earlier, heavy fan service. One of the most common criticisms is the frequent use of sexualized imagery and revealing scenes. Some viewers felt these moments clashed with the otherwise dark psychological tone. Dark subject matter. The series includes graphic violence, death, psychological manipulation, and moral ambiguity. It's much darker than its mascot-like character designs initially suggest. Incomplete adaptation. The anime adapts only part of the manga, leaving several major mysteries unresolved and encouraging interested viewers to continue with the source material. A simple way to describe Gleipnir is a dark psychological battle royale where a timid boy who transforms into a living monster and a ruthless girl searching for her sister must rely on absolute trust to survive a deadly game fueled by mysterious alien coins. Its greatest strength is the relationship between Shuichi and Clair. Their contrasting personalities, his compassion and hesitation versus her ruthlessness and determination, create the emotional core of the series, while the supernatural mystery and unusual combat system provide a compelling backdrop. Getting to the plot rating, this ends up being a 7 out of 10. I debated giving this an 8, and if I was rating the manga instead of the anime, I would have given it an 8 without a second thought. It's unique, it's mysterious, it's dark, it's engaging, and basically has all of the ingredients of a story that I would rate an 8 or higher. But there are changes made to the anime that hamper the score a little, as it seems pretty clear this was one of those anime designed to funnel viewers into the manga without plans for a season 2. Regarding the characters, they end up being a 7 out of 10. This score is hampered by the fact there really seems to be only 2 notable characters, the co-MCs, which, to be fair, they are good MCs, they just lack the supporting cast or plot development to push this score higher. They don't really have any shortcomings other than the fact this anime series feels incomplete, leaving it with only 1 season. Their relationship and character development is handled quite well given the circumstances. Moving on to the animation aspect, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It has a dark and gritty tone and feel to the drawings and scenes, and it suits the story well. Overall, it's just good in all areas considering I don't imagine the budget for this production was particularly high given the purpose it was created to fulfill. The overall score ends up being a 6 out of 10, and this might seem beyond strange given that I have given it 7s across the board. Like I said from the beginning, this is a series that had it not been for 1 or 2 flaws, we would not even be presenting it as a mids option. It would be firmly placed in the bangers category. It falls to this rating due to the fact it feels incomplete as an anime and is likely to remain incomplete forever. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. Peace.